Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's show, Facebook Live show, Empowering Women in Chiropractic, ChiroSecure Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nicole Lindsay from Dominate Chiro Marketing. Thank you, ChiroSecure, for putting this show on and allowing us female hosts to come together and give this information to students, to chiropractors, to anyone that'll listen that wants to grow their practice and give back to the community, give back to our colleagues. ChiroSecure, we can't do it without you. Thank you so much. So, our topic today is get connected to MDs through monthly condition reports. This is a fun topic. This is something that I really started doing when the pandemic hit because there was a whole lot less marketing to be had, a lot less face to face interaction, if any. And of course, I wanted to keep the marketing alive for my practice. So I found that these reports were a really good way to do that, to get the message out to MDs, to get connected to some new MDs if I hadn't met them, and to stay connected to the ones that I already have relationships with. So I am going to show you what this is all about, how you can start doing this now in your practice. Um, let's go ahead and go to the slides and we will jump right into our topic here. So, why is it important to stay in front of your local medical doctors? Well, MDs are treating musculoskeletal issues. In fact, 70% of all new musculoskeletal injuries are related or are treated by primary healthcare physicians. So 70% of those people are going to see their medical doctor before they come see you. And the MD is trying to figure out the best way to manage this patient, especially primary healthcare providers. They're often making referrals all the time. They're referring out for MRIs, they're referring to orthopedists, neurologists, and they'll refer to chiropractors if they know about you. 10 to 15% of all visits to primary care physicians are for musculoskeletal complaints. So is it important to get in front of MDs? Yes, it is for this very fact right here, because whether you like it or not, no matter how subluxation based you are as a chiropractor, which I'm a life grad, I talk subluxation every day in my practice. The fact is, patients will typically come see you initially because they hurt, right? Because they have an injury, a back pain, a neck pain, a headache, something. And it's your job as a chiropractor to then educate them about subluxations, about all the other wonderful things that we do as chiropractors, connecting brain to body, firing up their nervous system so that they can heal better, function better. But the fact is, most of these patients are coming in with an injury first. So MDs are looking for options. They're looking for things to tell their patients. They want to be part of the solution. They don't want to send the patient out with just a prescription. More and more MDs are telling me this when I meet them behind closed doors, one on one. So they want to know about all the different options out there. They want to know about chiropractic and some of the things that you do in your practice that may be able to help their patients. So they're looking for options. It's also important to stay in front of MDs so that you can brand yourself and your practice as a leader in your community. I can say that probably most chiropractors are not marketing in this way. They're not utilizing MD marketing as a core marketing strategy for their practice. So that's why you want to do it, so that you can stand out, so that you can brand yourself as the chiropractor that does communicate with MDs, that is willing to collaborate with MDs. So staying in front of MDs or getting in front of them in the first place and then staying in front of them will help you brand yourself as the chiropractor in your town that is willing to work with the MDs. That is why it's important. Um, so get connected, stay connected. At a time when, like I said, marketing is not that easy. For some chiropractors, It's never easy. I know a lot of colleagues when I was in school, they were very introverted. And the thought of doing a spinal screening, a thought of doing a talk, I mean, literally freaked them out. They really did not see themselves doing any kind of marketing event. And they just hoped and prayed that patients would show up at the student clinic and want them to work on them. And this is how some people run their practice, right? They're very introverted and they just think putting their sign on the door is going to make them successful. And in some cases, it does if you're in the right community. But this type of marketing is great. The sending these monthly condition reports is great for that kind of introverted person that is not wanting to go out and have those face-to-face meetings. I've found that COVID, the pandemic, has made most people a little less socially active. We've gotten really comfortable indoors. We've gotten comfortable behind our computers virtually and connected through cell phones and apps and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all that. So we're seeing this more and more. So the less socially active in person that we've become as a society, the more introverted we're becoming. We need to look for these types of marketing strategies that can help us grow our practice and make us feel like it's something we can still do. And maybe ultimately it will bridge that gap and then we can step back out and then meet face to face. So this is a great strategy to help you if you tend to be more introverted or if COVID has made you less socially active. You just have to be willing to do this and be bold. So, how do we get connected to an MD without a face-to-face meeting? We can do this through what I call a monthly condition report. And these reports are reports that you send out on a monthly basis and it's customized to your practice. That's what I recommend. I'm going to show you how to do that. And you're going to highlight one condition every month. And we do this because we want to ultimately speak the MD's language by talking about a condition. If you've ever taken one of my courses on connecting with MDs, you know that's one of the things that I talk about quite often is speaking their language. You don't want to go in there or send them a condition report and talk about subluxation and innate intelligence and that will go in the trash. They just have no clue what that is. They don't know what that is. So not a good way to introduce yourself to a medical doctor on paper. So highlight a condition. This is their language. They know what low back pain is. They know what cervicogenic headaches are. So you will send out these monthly condition reports out to a list of medical doctors in your local area that your patients are currently seeing. So this monthly condition report is all about showcasing your office. It's about being authentic and showing the medical doctor what your office offers, what it can do. It also presents you as a leader, an authority, and it also speaks their language because it's going to have a research article on the condition. So the specific condition of a month, for example, could be cervicogenic headache. It could be neck pain, low back pain. It could be TMJ. Um, we've done it on many different things, herniated discs, osteoarthritis, many, many different topics. You're going to find a research article on that condition that preferably shows how perhaps spinal manipulation can be very effective in treating that condition. If there's a modality that you do, maybe trigger point work or some soft tissue work, the research article can connect those two and show how trigger point work, hands-on myofascial release, whatever it is that you're doing can be effective for low back pain or trigger points in general. You're going to list some subjective findings on this monthly report. I have found through going into medical doctors' offices over the past 15 plus years that they like to know what we look for. in treating specific conditions. So I put that on my monthly condition report. The subjective findings that we typically see with a patient that's suffering with cervicogenic headaches. I'll put the objective findings, the findings that we look for to see if they're a candidate for chiropractic care. Again, this is something that MDs like to know because in order for them to make a referral to you, they need to know what to look for on a subjective level and an objective level. And they want to be in control, they want to have that power and feel good about it. So you're giving them the tools, you're educating them and showing them how to do that. And then on this monthly condition report, you're going to explain briefly what you do in your office and how you can help these patients with your specific technique, your modality. It could just be adjustment. If that's all you do, don't make anything up. Just talk about your specific technique, your adjustment, and how that can help with cervicogenic headaches. So the condition report should represent you in your practice. There are some companies out there that market to chiropractors or for chiropractors that will give you some of these that are pre-made. I think that's fine if that's what you want to do. But I have found customizing the report and making it showcase your office, your brand, your colors is even more powerful. So this is something I can help you do. I'm showing you how to do it, but I can also do it for you and customize it for you if you'd like. So what needs to shine through on this condition report? Well, your brand. You need to have your logo, not somebody else's. Your colors. What are your office colors? How do you brand yourself in your community? Your font. All of that should be the same and should run through your social media posts, every flyer you put out, everything you put out should follow suit and should have similarity. Pictures of you, pictures of your team, pictures of you adjusting. Make it seem personal. Show your brand, show who you are. You're going to make this process simple for this condition report. So I recommend creating a template that I do it on Canva is something that I like to use. And each month I just have to insert the new study, the new condition, any new techniques or modalities that I want to put in there that I'm relating back to that condition. And it literally takes me 10 minutes to create a new one once I have this template set up. I mean, I do have to do the research and find the article, think about the pictures I want to use and upload those, but keep it simple and it'll be easy to create a new one every month. You want to highlight your services that you do in your office. This is again why I like to customize to my practice and why I think you should customize it to your practice. You may do Graston, you may do upper cervical technique only, ART, you may work with just athletes. Whatever it is that you do, put that in there. Do you give home stretches? Do you give exercises? Do you have resources for your patients like ebooks or courses? All of that you need to put in there because the MD will definitely see you as a leader. The more that they see what you're doing. Here are some samples of what my reports look like. So we have one on headaches, cervicogenic headaches, and I clearly have, you can see our logo, our practitioners over on the right-hand side there, co-managing patient care for better results. Cervicogenic headaches is our topic. I have listed the symptoms that the patient presents with, the objective findings that we typically see. I then have the research article, and I use articles from peer-reviewed journals, medical journals. So this is speaking their language. They're more likely to look at it if it comes from a journal that they're using. And then I'm going to have a list of the treatment options that we offer in our office. And I'm going to list them out and also what the purpose of it is for. I have a picture of one of our providers providing that therapy. And then I have our office address, phone number, website, email, so that the MD can contact us. So that is my template. That is what my MD condition report looks like. So step one is creating your MD list. This is something that you can have your staff help you with, and it's ongoing. So this is why this is a marketing strategy that it's not a one and done. You're not going to just send out one report and hope for the best and hope that you start getting referrals just like that. You may, but I recommend that you keep this MD list going and you keep adding to it every day and get your staff on board with this. So make this a marketing strategy that you do all the time. So create your MD list. Number one, you're going to take MD's names from your new patient intake form. And this is um, basically, we ask every new patient that comes in, who is your medical doctor, your primary care provider? Who is your OBGYN? Who is your internist? Who is your neurologist? Orthopedist? Who is your massage therapist, your acupuncturist, your podiatrist? All of these practitioners you can send these to, you can market to, you can build relationships with them as well. So we have a section on our intake form that asks our patients for all of those. And we create an Excel spreadsheet. And basically, every new patient intake, we extract those names of those practitioners and we put them on there along with the MD's phone number, the MD's address, and their practice name. You're going to also at re-exam time. So perhaps you don't see a lot of new patients and you want to get going on this and you want to send out a big batch. Well, you could also add that same question to your re-exam forms. Hopefully you're doing exams every 10, 12 visits on existing patients. So that would be a good time to ask your existing patients the same question and capture a bunch of MD names. And then also when you're adjusting people, just make it a point to ask every single patient that you're adjusting today, tomorrow, maybe for the whole week. Hey, who is your medical doctor? Do you love them? And if you do, what's their name? I'm looking to build relationships with more like-minded MDs in the area and jot down the name right there. So make this a Google Doc, make everybody in on your team um, have access to this so that they can help you add to this all the time. So that is how you make the list. Once you have the list made, then what you want to do is execute the plan. And I recommend doing this as a team. This is definitely it's a project and it's something that my team knows every month we're going to get this going. And it does take a couple days in between seeing patients and everything else that we're doing. We work on it, we get it out, but we work on it as a team. So um, make it a team project. Talk about it at a team training and get everybody excited about it. It's important on many levels because your team needs to know that this is going to help build the practice reputation, the practice brand, and ultimately the success of the practice. So if they want to stay employed, if they want to get raises or hit bonuses, then this type of marketing is absolutely a piece of the puzzle. And if they help you, then they can meet their desired goals as well. So assign each team member a task. Maybe the front desk CA is going to call and update the MD's names periodically every quarter or so. Your CA techs, they'll print the condition reports and have your associates address the envelopes. Have the front desk stuff the envelopes, stamp it, and mail it out. Just make sure that this all functions as a team. The end result by doing this is building relationships with MDs. Um, MDs that you don't even know will become fans of yours. This is something that I started seeing the more and more I sent these out. It didn't take long either. I started getting referrals from MDs that I've never met, that I've never heard of. And that was great. And that really, I saw a surge of that during COVID. So that's one of the greatest end results of this is building relationships with MDs without even going out and making those face-to-face relationships. The MD gets introduced to your practice in a non-intrusive way. It builds awareness, it builds knowledge, it builds trust, and also it's helping to build authority and credibility. So the MD respects you. And this is also, all of this is the foundation of a very healthy relationship. So that end result is fantastic. The second end result is to brand your practice. When the MD thinks of chiropractic, they're going to think of you when they see these reports coming in every month and they see your brand and your logo and what you've put together. When they think of musculoskeletal issue, they have a patient in front of them that's complaining of back pain and the MD is rolling their eyes because they don't know what to do. They're going to think of you, right? When they think of making a referral, they're going to think of you. So this is the second end result. Third is to educate the MDs. Yes, I think that this is a great way to keep the MD informed of what other services are out there. It's a soft sell, right? It's a way that you can educate the MD, that you can co-manage, you can collaborate, you can work together on conditions that they may not even have thought that chiropractic is an option. And then the fourth end result is so that you can gain referrals. Like I said, this will help you grow your practice, build your practice. This will help you establish a wonderful referral source with medical doctors on low budget, and it will help you help more people. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? So this is a strategy. You can make a regular marketing strategy and you can watch your practice grow doing it. So that is what I have for you today. Let me help you get connected. If this is something that you want to do, you want to have me create your MD condition reports, I'd be happy to do that for you. I do offer that as a service and would be glad to make them for you. Don't hesitate to reach out to me at dominatechiromarketing@gmail.com. You can also check out some of my courses to help you get connected with MDs, OBGYNs to grow and build your practice. Thank you for watching today and stay tuned for our next episode of Empowering Women in Chiropractic.
Join us each week as we bring you the best in business growth, practice management, social media marketing, networking, leadership, and lots more. If it's about women in practice and business, you'll hear it here. We hope you enjoyed this week's Facebook Live event. Please like us on Facebook, comment, and share. We look forward to seeing all of you next week for another episode of Empowering Women in Chiropractic. Now, go ahead and hit the share button and tell your friends and colleagues about the show. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. This has been a Chiro Secure production.